What's up, you guys? Jasmine here. Welcome to another Tino Tuesday here on my channel. Glad to be here, glad you're watching, yada yada yada. Let's move on with this video, shall we? So, Wolfsbane 2, or whatever it's called, was this past weekend, and basically, if you don't know what that is, it's basically a Teen Wolf convention where some of the cast members go, and they basically talk about Teen Wolf, of course, with some fans. They answer questions, do all that stuff, photo ops, all that. Yeah. Two things came up at Wolfsbane 2 that really stuck out to me, and they might have stuck out to most of you. And I know on my Twitter timeline, they were the two things being talked about the most. Those two things are Danny not being on the show anymore and major death. Two, possibly, major deaths. Maybe one. I don't know. I'm just going to be talking about those two things in this video. I'm going to start off with talking about Danny, and then I'll move on to the major deaths towards the end. Danny Mahialani. One of my favorite characters, probably one of your favorite characters, because everybody loved Danny. I have not met, nor have I ever interacted with somebody who didn't like Danny. So it kind of confuses me a little bit that they would take his character out. I saw something that said that Jeff felt like there was nothing left for his character in Beacon Hills, which confuses me a lot, actually. And when I say it confuses me a lot, I'm saying because in the season 3 finale, he says that basically he knew there was werewolves, and then he says, dude, it's Beacon Hills. So honestly, in my mind, when I heard that, I felt like Danny would be in the season to sort of basically explain how he knew about werewolves and all that other stuff. And honestly, I've known that Danny has known about werewolves since season 2, and a lot of people should have, because he was in the locker room with Jackson when he was lifting weights, and he said something about Jackson being able to lift a certain amount of weight on the moon, which basically means full moon. So, like, I mean, that was a legit giveaway that he knew something. But I wish that his character was still here to basically explain how he knew. I'm honestly hoping for, like, him to come back and maybe, like, a future season to sort of clear things up for us. Because I don't understand why the writers and the producers and whatnot, they would write in something that iconic, but then not have him to explain himself. And it just confuses me a lot. And I've said it confuses me like 3 times already in this video. I don't care. It confuses me a lot. And Jeff, writers, producers, I know the chances of you ever coming across this video on the internet is 1 in a million, but why? I just need answers, man. I just need answers. That's basically all I have to say about Danny, so I'm going to move on to the second point of this video. Death. What a beautiful and lovely thing. Wrong. I saw 2 things on Twitter over the weekend, that there was going to be 2 major character deaths, and then I also saw that there was going to be 1 major character death and 1 minor character death. My whole thing with the major character death is I don't understand why, after such a gigantic death that affected like half the fandom, they would want to write in another major character death. And if you don't know what death I'm talking about Allison. It doesn't make sense to me at all. Like, they lost viewers when Allison died. Now, if they kill off, like, anybody else, they're probably going to lose a lot of viewers, and it might possibly affect if we get future seasons past season 5, because we already know we're getting a season 5. If there is 2 major character deaths, I feel like it may be Derek and Lydia, and I hate myself for saying that. I honestly do hate myself for saying that, but I feel like it might be those 2 characters. If there's only 1 major character death, I feel like it's going to be Lydia, and if it is Lydia, the producers and everybody else on the show should be prepared to lose half the fandom and half their viewers, because a lot of people watch for Lydia, and I know I can already tell a lot of people are kind of like bothered with the fact that she's barely been seen this season and it's supposed to be centered around her. Like, last night was really the only time we've really seen a lot of her this season besides in the first episode. So yeah, I really do hope it's not Lydia, because she's one of my favorite characters, and I know she's a lot of people's favorite characters. And if they do kill her off, it'll really start to me anyway, it'll seem like they really did bring in Malia and Kira to replace Allison and Lydia. That's what I think anyway. Minor character death-wise, I feel like it might be one of the newbies, like the freshmen that have come in. I feel this way because 2 of them are assassins. So if one of them dies, I won't be surprised. And those are minor character deaths because they're new. I don't feel like it's gonna be Liam, because I feel like he's gonna be essential to like this season and probably next season because he's Scott's beta. I just feel like, I feel like it's gonna be one of the newbies. And there's a lot, and with the fact that there's assassins, there's a bunch of extremely minor character deaths, like the beer guy who died last night. That was an very extremely minor death. But I feel like it's gonna be one of the newbies. Yeah. Going back to the major character death, I just hope it's not somebody that we've all grown to love, because some of the 2 people that I think it might be, Derek and Lydia, their character development is so amazing, and I really just hope it's not either one of them. I just hope that there isn't a major character death at all. I hope that they were just teasing or whatever. They probably weren't, but a girl can hope, right? The Benefactor. So, last night's episode was called The Benefactor. I loved it. I loved a lot of it. My favorite scene, and it was kind of hard for me to choose because I could only pick one, but my favorite scene would probably have to be the Scott and Styles scene when they're explaining everything to Liam, and then he gets away, and then Styles thinks he's got him, but he actually has Scott. My favorite line that was said last night would probably have to be every single line Scott said when he was mocking Derek, when he was just like, "We're brothers now. The bite is a gift." I love that so much. It was hilarious. So in the comments bar below, leave some comments talking about Danny. Leave some predictions on who you think is going to be the major character death and the minor character death. And also tell me some of your favorite scenes and favorite lines from last night's episode, The Benefactor. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up for me. It means a lot. And if this is your first time watching any of my videos, please subscribe for more Teen Wolf Tuesday videos. I also make Friday videos, so keep an eye out for that. So, until next Tuesday, I guess I'm going to have to say goodbye. So, goodbye.
Tell me, Mr. Connor.
Tell you what, Charlie?
Just tell me.
I don't know what you're talking about, bro.
Tell me who went and threw the best party last night? That was me.